The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge here on a Monday. Lots to talk about. I'm happy to be back.
I'm about to say, how you been, man?
Who is this guy?
Jeez.
Been following a winner.
Just one.
Like bull job.
Early shots.
Get champagne beer showers.
All right, Chris Bosh.
Hey,
You know, they watching them shoot down the Astros.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they got to do it. They got to do it.
Going
Hey,
there
shout out to
smacking the
Texas.
Astros in their house. You know, then going to Arizona and doing, yeah.
Smacking the Astros. The Astros smacked them in their house too. Okay,
You heard that, dude?
Somebody went home and somebody went home with a championship.
That's right.
Were you at the parade?
Yeah.
How was that?
Thanks for watching.
Was you on top of this?
Hey, I tell you, boy, you Negroes, thanks for watching. Was you there? Yeah, 2.5 hours on there, but thanks, Church. She's out golfing, right?
Was it?
Nah, we was on the players line.
That's true.
I did see the note that came
We
in.
was on the players line.
Hey, I wasn't hard to find.
We was on the players.
Santa.
They was on the
I
TV.
ain't hard to find. You knew where I was the entire time. I ain't know where you was, okay?
He's on.
I had to get some signals. You was in a cage somewhere in the jungles. And you ain't tell me, but you knew where I was.
Was
You
the
knew where I
atmosphere
was.
crazy up there, though? Was it crazy?
Man, it was good. They deserved it, man. They deserved it. I was very happy for the city and the players, and they came out there deep, man. I got in there a little bit before 9 o'clock, man. You had folks already lined up in these streets deep, and those porta potties, they didn't have enough. So I'm gonna tell you, man. I'd never seen nothing like that, man. It was bad stuff. But
Were you here for the '90s Super Bowl? Oh, you weren't here. Okay, I
no,
want to say
no,
compared it to.
I
but,
did
okay.
not.
Nothing compares, dog.
None?
We had the city on lock.
Oh, word.
The Mavericks, the Mavs,
Believe
that.
2011
was.
They-
That was in the city,
They was
though,
locked
right?
up like they never was gonna do it again, huh?
Who knew? Who knew? Thought we were celebrating something.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. I got to know.
I had a full hairline to it.
Me too. Me too.
Hey,
Had a mustache. I got photos. Yes, it was different times.
hey, man.
It was different times.
Hey, man.
Different times. Yes.
Church, man, I told you, 24-hour rule.
24? You sure? You sure?
I'm so touchy right now.
I
I'm so
when y'all gonna
sensitive.
start
Right?
listening to your boy? That's all. Let's dive into
Nah,
it.
you been-
Let's go
Let's
right
dive
now.
into
Barry
it,
Church, Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. I'm Newy Scruggs. I wasn't here for the picks on Friday, so how did it all go?
I switched my pick from Philly to Dallas.
Why you switch your pick?
Because I let him make me feel guilty about not picking the Cowboys. I don't know why I let him do that to me. Danny always going to go against his boys. I should have just picked the Eagles like I thought I should.
I went Cowboys.
What'd you do?
I went Philly. I think I picked the correct score.
No,
you didn't.
28-24 you said.
What was the score?
28-23.
23. 28.
Man, just listen to your boy. No, just listen to your boy. All right, viewers out there, just listen to your boy.
I was so pissed off about that. I said, and he gonna pick the damn score all the way.
And then
he
we gonna go
pick
through it all. But you talk about Philly secondary. Told them they was gettable.
Yeah.
Backs legs. I said, man, let's go, man. Because I'm tired of being Negro Domus out here. Man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I took Philadelphia in the morning news thing.
Let me go.
Shout out, congratulations, bro.
But
I'm sticking with my mind. Come on, man. Come on.
you say I put my case together after I'm leading the witness and all that.
Oh man, your boys. I just felt like I had to, I had the Cowboys back, but ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It's okay, man.
That
It's all right.
almost swayed me though. I ain't gonna. He was
He was working. Wasn't
he was working. He was working. He was cooking. He was definitely cooking.
One at a time.
Oh no, you lost me. I'm done.
Oh man.
I'm done listening to you. I ain't done with the Cowboys.
In the preseason picks, okay, before we made our adjustments.
The waybacks.
In the waybacks.
He went in the archives over there. You in trouble.
Everybody has a loss. So what happened?
Everybody has a loss.
As we did the pre picks, everybody had that as a loss.
You want me to tell you what happened to me? I started off this way. I thought that they was going to involve my man Cooks in the game because he's been a difference maker in the last two. And I said, hey, man, if they come out and they run the offense through Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott, we'll win the game. That's what I thought. I said Devontae Smith was not going to have as good of a game as Brandon Cooks, okay? And he went out there and got 2 targets. Now, Devontae went out there and got a touchdown. He had too many catches, but two.
2 targets, 1 catch, 7 yards.
2, he at the bottom of the list on targets. Bottom.
Way down there.
Bottom. It don't make sense. So, I mean, if you want to keep doing that, Dak had a good game, all this other stuff. If you don't get your weapons involved in the game, it's going to be a lot harder for you to make those plays when they count. And you found yourself, we'll get to it. You found yourself in some trouble.
Heck.
A pickle.
Still pickle.
It's a pickle, man. You know what? More than anything, man, I'm just ticked off about when you have your opportunities to win this game. When you come out, you get 17-14 lead in the third quarter. You come out and it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Was there some news that maybe you wasn't going to be going against Jalen Hurts in the second half? Did you let your guard down? Was there something happening? Because the third quarter belonged to the Philadelphia Eagles. After building up all that goodwill, after battling back and forth to finally get the lead, that third quarter I thought was defining. Everybody talks about those last couple drives, and I think they had something to do with it. I think the execution down the road from a coaching schematic standpoint had something to do with it. But the third quarter, to me, it dictated the whole rest of the ball game because you let them just have long drives that just it sealed the deal.
To me, and like I said, we'll dive. Ooh,
Go.
Oh,
Good.
man, I'm slipping all over the
feel
place.
that good, don't you? You see him?
No, I'm sure we'll dive. But to me, the whole thing came down to the second half was adjustments. I mean, you look at it. What did we talk about during the week leading up? We don't want a Chaz Green incident happening against that vaunted Eagles defensive line. We sat here and talked about it. If they're getting beat out there, get your man some help. And what ended up happening towards that last drive and pretty much the entire second half, our boy Terrence Steele was getting beat like a drum out there. And I only saw maybe two occasions where they put a back over there to chip or somebody over there to help out. For the most part, man, he was just getting beat down like a drum. And I understand, you gave that man money. You expect him to, be one of those upper echelon right tackles out there. But if you see him getting beat like that consistently, you got to give that man some help. So that was one of the things that just kind of stood out to me in the second half offensively. Defensively, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. They didn't have an answer. They didn't have an answer. They didn't make that Philadelphia Eagles team one-dimensional at all. Either throw the ball or you're going to run the ball, but you can't do both. And we saw what the Eagles were able to do. They were able to run that ball. It might not have been huge numbers, but it kept that defense honest. You couldn't just be like, oh, man, we can't just leave 4 in the box because they can still have the ability to run. And then the passing game, say what you want, but that man Hurts, man, he was making some dimes out there. He was dropping some serious dimes out there. So we'll get into a little bit more, but to me, it's just the adjustments on both sides of the ball in the second half just weren't there.
I'll tell you this. Turn on the tape, okay, and watch our D-line. That's all. Watch the D-line. You want to figure out what happened in the run game, who if the D-line in the linebackers lap so they can't figure out what. Watch it. It's the same thing that happened.
Do you have a number?
I'm not giving just look at both the interior defensive linemen on the play and see. And if you're looking and seeing what gap they're supposed to be in, are they getting reached, are they getting pushed back into the linebackers lap, you watch it and see if it happens consistently, and I'll tell you, yes, it does. Yeah. Yes, it does. So when you talk about like, hey man, how the linebackers gonna play? Are they free? Can they shoot their gap? They can't because they get pushed back in their lap. So it's just a consistent thing that just keeps on happening. We've been talking about this for years, right, Newey? While we was talking about, we ain't worried about No. We worried about it, okay? We worried about it. We went out there and got one in the first round, and we looking for a difference maker. We even talked about when the trade deadline was coming, what position do we think is the most important for you to get? And it across the board, defensive line. Just ain't happen. But I'm never going to stop talking about this Brandon Cooks stuff. With all that, I don't care, all right? You still had a shot, and you got some big-time playmakers on your squad, and you cannot figure out a way to get them involved in the game. I'd rather give it to Jalen Tolbert. Schoonmaker.
Okay, going Cosmo.
Rather give it to Schoonmaker. You got a dude out here 1,000 yards for every team. You gonna? I got so tired of watching that dude run off the ball full speed, knowing that he knew he wasn't getting the ball.
He's the dummy route, the decoy guy.
Man, don't make no.
Take the top off.
Because we need this to be open underneath. You know what I'm saying?
CeeDee Lamb.
Bro, the man
He
didn't
was
get his first target to the fourth. Was it the fourth or the third on the comeback, and it floated over his head because Dak was under pressure.
Take the top off. CeeDee, come underneath, man.
It just, I don't understand. You got any respect for your player like that? You go find a way to get him the football.
Yeah.
So does Cooks need to do what CeeDee Lamb did a couple weeks ago and say something?
Man, I don't know if it'll do him any good at this point. At this point, I think they're not even looking at him. Dak not even turning his way. And on the 4th and 1 that you're talking about, if you turn it, and again, there's so much to diagnose just from a pressure aspect because Dak has pressure coming right in his face right there. But you see Brandon wide open. And that's the one thing about Brandon Cooks that I've been on him. I've been talking about from the beginning of the season. Man, why are we not using Brandon Cooks? He's not doing what we thought he was going to do. Well, you can't. He's not going to do what you thought he was going to do. If you're not even looking his way, you're not even trying to get him the ball. And I'm sorry, Michael Gallup, if you're going to drop the ball, if you're going to miss your opportunities, granted, he came back and caught some hell of a balls in double coverage, tight, you know. But then when we need you to make a play, it's not there. We're not our playmakers. I'm sorry. I look over on the other side from Philadelphia, and I look at a guy like Kenneth Gainwell. You remember Kenneth Gainwell?
I remember that, man.
You remember Kenneth Gainwell? All of a sudden, we have Kenneth Gainwell sighting. He's jumping into the end zone. The running game is all these things are popping for guys that you would think, oh man, their careers are past them. Come on now. Come on now. All of a sudden, Kenneth Gainwell finding ways to make plays. Man, our guys can't make plays.
What's this grin for? You like listening to him. You just like listen to it.
It's been so long. I'm just enjoying it, man.
No. Okay. Well, let me keep going because let me ask Barry.
I've been
this.
baseballing.
Let me ask Barry this.
I've been baseballing.
Because I don't play quarterback. Okay, so I don't want to get out here and judge the quarterback. I'm just thinking of my mindset. Okay, on 4th down, gotta have it. Mojo moment. Mojo moment. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. I line up in my offense lines up in 2x2. To the left, I got a first-year guy, tight end, and a second-year tight end. To the right, I got Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb. Which side am I looking at?
You already know. You got to go to CeeDee.
What side am I looking at? I'm not a quarterback. I'm just saying. I got 2 veteran guys out here running pick routes and 2 young guys out here running pick routes. I'm looking at the veteran guys first. I'm just looking over there. And if you do, you're going to see a dude wide open in the end zone with his hands up. The guy that got 2 targets in the game.
Bigger question is right there, guys. Did y'all even consider that on 4th and 1 that maybe you should have kicked the field goal? Did that ever dawn on you? In the football sense, you guys, look, we talk X's and O's all the time. Y'all always talk about the message that the coach is sending to the defense or to the offense by what they do or they don't do. What did that say to your defense? Is that saying to your defense that, man, we better get it now because we don't think we're gonna get it back? We're in a shootout right now. Is that what we're saying?
That's what the
I'm asking
the tape
y'all.
shows.
No,
they was getting ran
Come on,
through.
man. This is the second time that's happened. That happened earlier in the season when we were talking. I forgot what game it was. We were like, okay, we gonna go for it on 4th down and we're gonna pay for it. At the beginning of the game, we decided that it was gonna be that type of game where you look over at our sideline and we go for it on 4th down multiple times and you say, oh well, we figured it's gonna be one of them type of games, right? Your coaching staff decides that we're going to start risking it. These are big time moments. We go for it on 4th down. It only can bleed into the second half. So I didn't expect them to start kicking field goals. Then you already put it in your mind and in your team's mind that we're going for it on 4th down. So no, I'm not expecting no field goal. Throw the ball to Brandon Cooks. Throw it to him.
I sat in the office and said, all right, kick the field goal, get your points. Because at this point in time in the game, 10 minutes in the 4th quarter. I felt like at that point in time, you still had time to go down and you had more opportunities. That was just my thought. But then, all right, Schoonmaker made the touchdown. Then you looked up, well, didn't make the touchdown. So, yeah, that was my thought. Kick the field goal. That's my thought. But I'm normally going to be that guy. This is a league now where everybody been hanging out with your boy, Brandon Staley. They act like field goals are a bad thing. If your defense is what you think your defense is, and they played well enough, you're going to get the ball back again. That's me. But this is an epidemic through college and pro football right now. We got to go for it all day long. And the big criticism is Schoonmaker didn't run it deep enough. And then you have people, huh?
It's a rookie. Got two vets on the opposite side.
Don't even put it in his
route.
hands to not running deep enough.
If you're gonna go for it on fourth down, you're not gonna kick a field goal. Mojo moment. You got guys on your team who you know need to be who have to touch the ball.
Yeah.
And it happened multiple times this game. Multiple times, and it happened previous games when you had Michael Gallup lined up at the extra receiver when you got CeeDee Lamb and going for it on fourth in the big time mojo moments, and you're not getting it.
So let me ask this question: are you putting that on the quarterback? You putting it on the play caller? Where does the blame lie for Danny McCray?
For which one?
When you talk about Schoonmaker.
The fourth one.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm putting that on the quarterback. I know as a quarterback who I got out there on the right, and I know that they are man to man, pretty much zero coverage because you on the goal line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know we running pick routes. I'm looking at my star guy. CeeDee Lamb almost got 200 yards in the game.
Yeah,
I'm at least looking over there. At least
trust. You want some trust. Time proven consistency.
Brandon Cooks, I know he know what he's doing, but I ain't look at him all game. So maybe that's why I'm gonna look over there at the tight end. But me as a quarterback, who do I have faith in to make this play? I'm looking to the right at least at CeeDee Lamb. But he didn't, and that's what it is. He was an inch away from scoring, and so we splitting hairs there. But I'm still looking over there at my two veteran guys.
No, gentlemen, the inches we need are all around us.
It's about time. It's about time. Good. Run it.
I want you to make it like. Do you have anything like for why it didn't go that way? Like why?
That's on the quarterback. That's on the quarterback, 100%, man. Because as a coordinator, you're gonna put it in the hot hands, and at that moment, Dak Prescott was firing on all cylinders. He was rolling. So you as a coordinator, you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna roll with him. I'm gonna roll with him and think that this guy's gonna make the best decision for our team going forward. And what had happened, like you just said, he looked to the side that wasn't CeeDee Lamb and Cooks. And so to me, that's on him. Because as a coordinator, you can only put the call out there. You can't tell him where to throw and all this. He's 8 year in the NFL. All right, you can't tell him where to go with the football. You got to trust that man's going to make the best decision for the team.
Can I argue?
Go ahead.
Devil's advocate.
Please.
Go ahead.
If Schoonmaker runs it deeper in the end zone, it's a touchdown.
I don't care if he scores. This is what you should be doing, not just in this game, but throughout the season when you get into those big time moments, is lean on your star players. If you lose the game by going to your star players, you lost the game by going to your star players. If you lose the game because you did it, then that means you made a mistake.
But the thing is, you're talking about the bottom line of it, and I agree with you. You go to your playmakers, and the mojo moment, the game's on the line. You want to make sure that you give it to the guys that you know going to make the plays. There's no second guessing whether or not CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks can make the play. You question whether Schoonmaker or Ferguson can make that play. But truthfully, he made the right decision based off of where the pressure was. But pressure, I'll be damned. I'm with you. This man is wide open right here. This is a wide open Brandon Cooks in the end zone. It don't get no easier than that. If I'm going to Schoonmaker and I'm thinking that he has the wherewithal, dog, you got an inch, bro. Just
an inch here.
The thing is, that's a split. Like, I'm not even. That's splitting hairs, bro. That is because of replay and how close you could get. That's here. That's here. Shouldn't even been in that situation. It's a good play. He made the catch. It came up short, a couple inches. I just wouldn't even look that way.
Can I tease the next segment? Because I feel like we got to take a break. We got to tease it. With all that being said, this team still had an opportunity to win the game. 25-yard line, 27 seconds left. What do we think of the final drive here?
Coming up next.
On the Players Lounge.
That is.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch.
And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie Bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
'Tis the season for youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders and former NFL players at AT&T Stadium on December 22nd and 23rd. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register today at dallascowboys.com/camps.
Yeah, register today, man. Come on out. Come on out. We be feeling good about the 22nd, 23rd, okay? And we're going to be feeling good about 22nd, 23rd. That's me right there at AT&T.
Ms. McCrae's birthday is?
It's 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Come on out. Make it worth it, please. Make it worth it.
Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos.
Oh, please.
Come see me.
Please.
Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Louis Scruggs. I feel like there's a lot of frustration. You're dwelling in frustration.
Well, I had
a
a rough
anger
weekend.
around here, but not me.
Rough weekend for you, boy.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
You got me pulling for LSU. All right.
Yeah.
Affiliation.
He like to rub it in. The only time he want to text me at nighttime is when he got something to say that's bad. Or Nick Saban must be the greatest coach of all time. I said, I ain't heard from this dude in 2 weeks. Man won't text me about Nick Saban.
You ain't heard from me since the Astros got beat.
See? I can't get, hey, Brian, I ain't seen you in a couple weeks. How you doing? None of that. Just, hey, Nick Saban must be the best coach of all time.
It's true.
Nice to hear from you, Louis.
It's true, man. It's true.
Nah, I'm all right.
Okay. You want to get into the final drive?
I would love to hear just what do we think about
Are you sitting on your high horse over there?
Yeah, what you see how he just did his hand
He
like
let his
that?
seat up a little bit.
I don't want to know. I want to hear the
for
thoughts.
you.
Yeah.
I want to hear the thoughts.
Okay, subjects. What do you
What do y'all think?
We only talking about the last drive?
I mean,
That's what he wants.
Those
He
are the
wanted to go
segments
to
we
the
did
last
earlier in the season. The whole last drive, right? I mean, I got the elbow drive. The
Final drive with all the
1, 2,
penalties
3.
and the sacks.
Whatever you want to
All
go.
that
Wherever
stuff.
y'all want to go.
Because
who does it fall on? That's what I want. Who does it fall on?
Go ahead.
For not getting the job done. Because from what I've been told in this very same podcast room, if you got that coordinator and you got that quarterback and you got the ball, you should make something happen.
Can I start?
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Sally Jenkins, Washington Post, wrote a very good column on Bill Belichick. And she says she talked to him about his philosophy. And when I read this last night after the game, this explains why the Cowboys can't get it done. Bill said to her, the number one thing is unforced errors. It doesn't matter who you're playing. They don't even have to be out there. If you can't do things properly without resistance from an opponent, you're in trouble. Start with that. Once you eliminate things like penalties, turnovers, mental errors, you just go out there and get a play called and run it the way you're supposed to run it. Until then, until you can do that, there's not much of a chance to win. The Cowboys consistently beat themselves. The head coach is at fault because you're sitting around here penalty city all day long. Guys not reporting, going in. Terrence still needs help. You ain't helped to do it all day long. Quarterback deserves the damn blame here too. We're talking about where you're going with the football. You're a part of the problem. Just like with Tony Romo. I always say, Tony Romo wasn't the problem, but you're a part of the problem because you're around it. This stuff starts from the top down, and it's been this way for a long time since I had hair. But we've seen this operation, the same old stuff, the same old bull nah. What have you seen? You got the ball at the first, and you got the ball at the 6. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 26 from the 27. This is how you get beat. Mm-hmm. People can talk about, well, you know what, Schoonmaker was being held. Oh, they picked up the flag, this and that. After all that, you had an opportunity to get it done, and what did you do? It's the same old thing we see around here, man. And I combat that with what I've just been covering with the Rangers in the World Series. They played excellent defense. They didn't beat themselves. I watched Arizona go out there and beat themselves with unforced errors. You can't sit around here if you want to play and win a champion and be a champion and do stupid stuff.
It's like line up both sides.
Line up offside, false start here, getting sacks, delay of games. It's a consistent thing of what they've been able to do and how many times. Well, we're going to clean that up. Well, just a couple. How long are we hearing that? That's why I don't have no hopium no more. They can't sit around here.
Oh, he hopiumed out? Hopiumed out?
Dude, I won an Emmy for that commentary. No hopium for me, bro. Ain't no pusher coming to me with none of that anymore because this is what they do. So when you sit up here and you watch, when I read this about Belichick, it's just real. It ain't hard. You can't beat yourself. It's tough enough in this league, but you're out here beating yourself. Philly was asking you to beat them. They asked you to beat them. You got your kicker. Hey, I don't care if you kick the ball 51 yards, but you kick it out of bounds. You give him the ball at the 40-yard line.
That was terrible.
Now you just gave him a short field.
Hold on. And you want to just keep going back into that? You get a guy who comes in here on a touchback. On a touchback.
What you doing?
And go out there and get a face mask penalty.
And each one of those scoring drives started at the 40.
40. Thank you.
So you can't give a championship level team that kind of field position to start. But Nui, it doesn't matter which coach, Belichick, Noel, Landry, all the coaches worth their salt are going to say the same thing. You can't beat yourself. It's in execution. The last time we see Mike McCarthy in a situation where this team needs to execute, it always ends in a blunder. Everybody's sitting there going, okay, you got an opportunity to win the game, but you don't trust what? The execution. Is there going to be a sense of urgency to get to the line of scrimmage? Do you have the proper calls on to execute these plays? Can't be if you throwing the ball. Come on, it can't be.
Because just to address your the end of the game. Okay, yes, Can we just get to the last play? Let's start with the last play.
All right, let's go.
The last play where the ball doesn't go to the end zone. How about that? Can we start there? You got one shot to win the game, right? And you have to score a touchdown, and you throw the ball short of the goal line. Let's start with that. All right. Mm-hmm. Terrence Steele, listen, as much as we want to say get help and all that, I understand. You got to go out there and play. Really? You are the starting right tackle that got some money to go out there. You're not Chaz Green. You're not Chaz Green. Nobody came in and was hurt or none of that. At some point in time, you got to go out there and you got to stop a guy.
Okay. If Hassan Riddick is eating your lunch. Let's not act like Hassan Riddick is just some Joe Blow somebody, right?
Oh, he real.
He the real deal. Okay, so Hassan Riddick isn't out there playing around. Regardless of that, or regardless of him getting paid, get that man some help. And it was showing through the pressures. It was showing through the sacks that they were giving up. We could be on Dak all day and all night. He was under pressure the entire game. There's not a quarterback in the NFL that can maneuver and do the things that we're asking Dak to do under that kind of pressure. I'm sorry, but we're gonna continue to pour on him and ask him in these championship moments to win us the game. And that's what he's not doing. And that's where the complaint is.
Steele, 12 pressures. 7 hurries, 4 sacks.
Damn.
Inside and outside.
At this point in time in the game.
I'm just saying, we talk about chips. Inside and it didn't matter where they were rushing this dude at. He was getting beat.
So
what you gonna do? You gonna put a tight end out there? You gonna get beat inside?
They were taking turns. It
was 3 dudes.
Taking half time, my turn.
It was 3 dudes. Get out the way. Move out the way. It's my turn. My turn. So
you ate last time.
Right. So at this point in time, to me, the criminal act by the head coach and play caller is you didn't help the guy. It's clear at this point in time. He the stick him up kid, and they stick him up, and and Dak, look out!
Yeah.
You didn't help him, and on the last drive. Why send out 4 people if you can't get to them? Send out 3 and somebody protect him. You know, people like to sit around here and run down Jason Garrett about what happened with Chaz Green, okay? But what about this one? This is right there to me. This is just as damning. Just as damning. The dude needed some help. It wasn't his day.
He needs some. I only disagree with that because Terrence Steele is our starting right tackle, who we all said we have faith in. Our starting 5 is together. At some point, they do believe that this ain't no Chaz Green. This is Terrence Steele.
But it wasn't his day, though.
I know. I feel you. I'm saying the reason the situation is different is because we knew before the game started that was going to be a problem with Chaz Green. This is not the same of like, hey man, we all sat in here on this podcast and said, hey, we believe in Terrence Steele.
But you talking about second half adjustments, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that adjustment that needs to be made? Guess what, baby? I'm dying. He's dying out there. And that gotta say somebody say something. Help him. Help. God, if you're listening, help. Help.
Let me just ask this, though, on the other side. I know we've been in Dan Quinn we trust for a minute, okay? And I get it. We played majority of the game, and I don't know this for sure, in man. It looked like we stayed in man. In a situation, especially in that second half, and Deron Bland, okay, is excellent at what he's done. He is cutting edge in this league and the pick sixes that he has so far. But man-to-man on Devontae Smith was the turning point. It was the turning point in the game because that signified y'all can't stop us. If you're going to leave him on an island like this, we're going to do this all day. And I got to give Jalen Hurts, man, who people not talking about, he played an efficient game. He got it done the way he needed. Look, if you guys are going to take us away man-to-man and y'all going to turn y'all back on me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sneak out of the back and I'm going to get a first down, even with a bum leg.
Yeah.
All right.
Even with a bum leg.
We got to come back to that one. I got to. So you saying it was Deron Bland?
No, it wasn't just Deron Bland.
You talking about the touchdown throw?
Yeah.
That was a pass, bro.
Let's
Okay, yeah, my
take
bad.
a break. We'll get back into that right there, because I heck, we started. Let's get the group thoughts.
Yeah, my bad,
Group thoughts here. Danny McCray, Heckman Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Louis Scruggs, Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on a Monday after the Cowboys lose to the Philadelphia Eagles right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get a frame-worthy family holiday photo with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa Claus will be at his cowboy-themed cottage in the Star District from November 18th through December 24th. Book your visit before December 9th and save $5 with code STAR5. Visit thestardistrict.com/Santa for more information.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison. You're the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. Barry Church, Danny McCray joining us right here. Really Scruggs. And Cowboys go down 28-23.
This guy.
This don't sound like the Moral Victory podcast, do it?
Yeah, man.
Nah, no, man.
I heard a lot of that today. Not on podcasts. I'm just talking about around
the.
Some people, they played well. They didn't get beat up. They didn't get punked out. So who cares?
They lost.
Neither did the Washington Commanders when they played the Eagles.
They put up 38.
So
they lost.
Who cares?
I've been baseballing, so I've been seeing a whole different way of stuff. Come back here and it was close. Well, out there, but no, do or do not. There is no try.
What was the theme of the? We went and took it. What was the theme for the?
For baseball?
Yeah. Was it
Go take it? Go take it.
Go take it. But you made mistakes right there. You made a bad pitch. You made an error. It was costing you. So guys were on point. You had to be detail oriented, or you're gonna get beat. And somebody goes down. Somebody else stepped up. Then I come look over here this week. Oh.
But we got to stop lining up offside. Like, these are just bad, like a sign of bad stuff, bro.
And it's been staying that way. I mean. Go back to Patrick Creighton and Tony Romo not making the reception. We from coaches on down here the line, man. We keep seeing this stuff. God, they beat themselves. They keep making the mistakes. So McCarthy, you got Uncle Wade, you got Jason Garrett. Man, it's what we used to, man.
Yeah.
What we used to.
Facts.
Jason Kelsey. Number 62.
Hall of Famer.
Man, right now. Give him his jacket right now. Just let him take it. Man, he's one of the best at what he does. And I'm seeing this guy, man. He gets his hands inside on you. Mm-hmm. He's going to ragdoll you. It doesn't matter. And I kept saying, we were talking about putting Micah out on other people. What will happen if we put him on just? Don't put him over 62. You want to nullify number 11? Don't put him over number 62. When y'all see him again December 8th, don't put him over number 62, please. Anywhere but there.
Talk about the wild card now?
No, I'm talking about when we play them here Sunday night.
Sounds about right, man.
That wild card.
2.5 back.
The Rangers were a wild card. I mean, you can win as a wild. Win as a wild card.
It's gonna come down. We're gonna see. Obviously, may end up running into Philadelphia again. We 2.5 back right now.
2.5.
We 2.5 back.
Y'all wishful thinking right now.
What do you mean? You don't think the Cowboys gonna make it to the playoffs?
No, I ain't say that. I don't know how. We talking about Philly might get a first round bye. So I don't know. I don't know why you might sure you running into Philly.
All over my train right there.
We're going to see him again.
Let's see him again where? In our dreams.
December 10th, you scheduled, but you talking about after? You talking about in 2024? You talking about 2024?
I'm talking about in December the night game.
I want to know this. And yes, listen, it's still on my mind, okay? Why is this? When you line up in 3-by-1 against a team that's going to play man, your expectation for the X receiver is to be in single coverage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So who should you put at your X receiver?
CD.
You would think CD.
Your top guy, second best guy. Somebody who you really got confidence in that can really get open and put some pressure on.
Who was the guy in that place?
It was Jalen Tolbert. And before that, it was Michael Gallup. Yeah. And I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to figure out if you are really trying to get all of your real weapons involved in the game or not. Or if you're just running the scheme. Because when you line up at 3-by-1, a team says, we can dictate who you're going to throw the ball to. We can show you man to man, and that means you're going to throw the ball to the backside, right? Yeah. Well, your backside guy is not nobody who we scared of, so we could show you that we finna play man to man over there, and we could do whatever we want to, and then we could play 3-on-2, 4-on-3, whatever we want to over your two best guys. Yeah. And we saw that in the game, and we threw it backside to Jalen Tolbert. It just don't make sense to me. Like, he is a good receiver. He made some big-time plays. He ain't made it to the point to where when the game is on the line, that's where I'm going. He ain't made it there.
When I saw that lineup, I was thinking Washington Commanders game when they came out in that mesh concept and they had those rub routes and they end up getting off a guy that was free. That's what I thought. Maybe they saw something on film they were trying to execute. That's the only reason why you leave Jalen Tolbert over there. You're trying to get something else going. That's just I don't know. That's what I took from film study.
And the only thing I could think of is, man, if you do have CD out there, maybe it's, the corner in that post safety or whatever can easily double team him. Maybe that's the case. But even if that's the case, you ain't putting Tolbert over there to be. Put Cooks over there to force them. If that's one-on-one coverage, then you got Cooks one-on-one with a guy going deep. I'd rather that than, no offense, but my boy Tolbert out there one-on-one. He, like you said, he's just not to that level yet to where he can be like, all right, I'm the guy in this position. When you got so many other people that have been proven in that position to make plays available. And that just comes down to, once again, either play calling or schematic, whatever you want to call it. They got to get better. And Mike McCarthy, he's done a good job so far this season of getting CeeDee Lamb the football. I will say that. Especially these past couple games, he's been on fire with. He's getting this.
Once he said, "I am not getting the ball."
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna make this guy my number one priority. But then after that, you got to be able to mix and match because teams are going to continue to put more and more people towards CeeDee Lamb. So you're going to have to make these other guys win one-on-ones.
And CeeDee Lamb finished the night, 11 catches, 192
Ridiculous.
yards. I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy performance, but something about it was like, man, you almost went for 200 yards. I would expect for them to be more like boom plays. Like it was like, hey, he went 80 on one of those. Something got into the end zone. When I looked up and realized that he didn't have a touchdown, it was – like, I'm not calling it empty calories or nothing like that. I just expected his impact, even though he had a hell of an imprint on this game, to be more. How do you ask a guy for more in a situation where he get 192? But I need more from him because I'm not getting it from the other groups. I'm not getting it from nobody.
Throw it to him.
Does that worry y'all? I mean, because we've been talking about this red zone since week 2, week 1.
Oh man,
does that worry y'all going
3 and 5 in the red zone?
Yeah, I mean, and we talked about you can't have those type of numbers against the upper echelon teams. You can get away with it with the Giants, the Jets, the Patriots of the world.
Should you have been 4 or 5 in the red zone?
Yeah.
It could have easily been 4 or 5 in the red zone. Like, you got to capitalize when you have the opportunity to make those plays. All right? And does the CeeDee Lamb thing bother me? Just a little bit, because it seems like that's all you got. And I don't believe that's all you got. Turpin is a weapon out there. All right? He's proven that he can make some plays. And, I mean, I'm just going to keep on saying, like, you got guys out there who you can get the ball to. And where's Tony Pollard?
Oh, man.
So
Mike Jones.
I just feel so.
We didn't even talk.
What man said? Who?
Let's pick the Monday night game, okay? Your boys are in action tonight, all right? The Chargers are at the Jets, and the Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite. Give me the Chargers 21-12. Please see what you got.
Yeah,
I know you got the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers. It's gonna be close.
Where they playing?
At the Jets.
At the Jets. Yeah, it's gonna be. Give me a 24-21.
Man, don't make me. I'm going with the Jets, man.
All right, Zach Wilson.
I think I picked the Jets on Friday. I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jets, man. I'm going to go.
Sauce back too, huh? Sauce. I'm
going Jets 24-20.
19-13. I think Salah and the defense, I think they have a day.
All right, let's end it there, guys. Let's get back tomorrow. Let's get back tomorrow and gear up. The Giants are coming to town. Daniel Jones has been ruled out for the rest of the
don't
season.
nobody want to talk about Daniel Jones.
We're gonna pump. We gonna pump up the win after a loss record.
I knew he was trying to get.
Goodbye.
Jeez.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!